realistic expectations with Retatrutide. And I think the biggest thing that I see is that people think that these are magic wands or they're a genie bottle and that they magically take away all of your problems. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is not the case. I have always said this since day one that these are tools. And I like to think of Retatrutide as a rewarder in my mind. It definitely rewards good behavior, good food choices, and good movement. And to clarify, that does not mean that you have to be perfect, as I am so far from perfect in my own journey. And a lot of you who have followed me in my own journey know that I do not eat perfectly all the time. I do focus very heavily on protein and making sure that I get movement in at least 3 times a week, but I am far from perfect. But I think the silver lining when it comes to Retatrutide, like I said, is that it rewards good behavior. When I am consistent on my routine and I am consistent in doing the things that I know that I was doing right before I started Retatrutide, I actually see benefit. Where in the past, I was still making those lifestyle changes and I wasn't getting rewarded for it. So I think being able to set actual expectations is so important. I definitely kind of learned that in my Tirzepatide journey when I lost 35 pounds within 5 months. But for me, I got that instant gratification that I was looking for, where with Retatrutide, I did not get that. So I honestly felt like I was in a deficit when I first started in Retatrutide, thinking, what is wrong with me? And for those who have followed my journey, you guys know my biggest regret is that I wish I was more patient with myself. So I challenge you to set honest and realistic expectations. Before I started my journey, the one thing I would have been happy with is if I was down 5 pounds. And to be honest, I would have just been happy with seeing any sort of movement or change. And don't get me wrong, I am definitely a person where I set high expectations for myself in every area of my life, so I know that that can be a challenge in this area, but be patient with yourself and set small goals, set monthly goals, set things that are realistic and attainable. Or else you are just going to start feeling defeated. And I have always said this, that this is a marathon, this is not a sprint, which is very similar in our life choices and our lifestyles that we are living. So I hope that gives you guys a better insight into expectations with Retatrutide. Like I said, it has been a slow burner for me. That's how it worked. And I was honestly a fast responder when I was on Tirzepatide. So just be patient with yourself and just give yourself some time. As always, I am so happy to help, and I am always happy that you are here.